What's going on, guys? Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. Thanks for tuning in. Let's start off talking about Private Travis King. You remember him? He is the U.S. Army soldier who fled to North Korea over racism, claiming the Army was racist, and he's now facing child porn as well as desertion charges. And he went to North Korea, and Kim Jong-un didn't even want him. They sent him back, right? So we knew he was going to get the desertion charge, but we did not know that he was a pedophile. So he had a couple other charges: assault on fellow soldiers, possessing a video of a minor engaging in some explicit conduct, soliciting a minor on Snapchat to create some content, adult content, attempting to leave base after curfew, drinking alcohol against orders, and some other offenses. And all the time, Mom came in and said that, you know, he's actually a great kid. He said, she said, I love my son unconditionally, and I'm extremely concerned about his mental health. I asked that my son be afforded the presumption of innocence. The man I raised, the man I dropped off at boot camp, the man I spent the holidays with before deploying, he did not drink. The mother knows her son, and I know something happened to mine while he was deployed. The Army promised to investigate what happened at Camp Humphreys, and I await the results. So, you know, obviously mothers always going to defend their children, but the thing is that we did not know about the pedo stuff. But it's not surprising. But you know, Kim Jong-un didn't even want him. So, but anyway, he's probably going to be get a little break time. But let's switch gears for a moment. Let's talk about Palestine. It's been the topic of the last 2 weeks, but CNN made a visit over there, and let me show you the warm welcome that they received.
This is kind of where the clashes happens. So, all right, we're going to
you are genocide supporters.
Okay,
you are not welcome here. Genocide supporters. Fuck CNN.
Understood.
Fuck CNN.
People...
Genocide supporters.
All right, you see that people are very angry. They do not like the way in which that CNN has been reporting the story. You hear that, but we're fine. But what you are seeing is the heightened fear, anger, frustration with what's happening.
So even nobody likes CNN. So did you guys know? I was not aware of this, but Palestine named George Floyd their like a patron saint, prophet. I don't know if you know, and this is not a joke. Apparently this happened a while back. I'm actually pretty shocked. I never heard of it. There's murals painted of him over there in Palestine. The complicated history behind the BLM solidarity with pro-Palestinian movement. Yeah, Black Lives Matter with the numbers. This is literally a mural on the Gaza Strip. This was from June 2020. And, you know, they said they're anti-colonizers, you know, just like BLM. This is a Palestinian flag at a BLM rally at the Republican National Convention in Cleveland in 2016. So, you know, again, I'm just showing this because Palestinians for Black Power. I'm just showing this for all you patriots that are pulling for Palestine, you know, because there is quite a few. There's still some left. There's still some that still follow me because they commented yesterday. And I'm just showing you that you're actually pro BLM, George Floyd's your patron saint. You know, I'm just putting that out there. So, speaking of hummus, they actually had a prisoner release today. Sorry, just maybe 10 hours ago. 2 American hostages were released from Hummus and handed over to the Red Cross in Gaza. Their names are Yehut and Natalie Rananan. Both are American citizens, and you can see them being escorted here by IDF. Now, when they were released, Hamas wanted to make sure that everyone knew that they were good people. That's what they said. They said that there's been terrible reporting on the internet, and that they wanted, you know, to basically clear their name and that they're good people. Let the world know that they're not as bad as the media claims. And literally, that's what they said when they released these prisoners. I guess they want us to forget about them mowing down people at a music festival 2 weeks ago. I don't know. So anyway, they're been pushing back the ground invasion. It's been supposed to happen a week ago. There was a flood, and sorry, this is a good one. There was a flood in Gaza, so they could not go in. Now the U.S. is asking that Israel delay the ground operation for a lot of reasons. The main ones are safe passage of Palestinian civilians and talks brokered by Qatar to have these hostages freed. So apparently there's also some strategic and tactical issues regarding a full-scale ground invasion. One of them is that it could draw foreign groups like Hezbollah. Of course it is. Of course, it always does. I mean, anytime you do some of this, going to draw rebels. Iraqi PMF or the Yemen rebels into an all-out war in Israel, and actually open up on multiple fronts, including other nations getting involved. Other nations are already involved. You're not going to stop that. This was all by design, and what we're going to get to later. Of course, this is all by design. And, tactically urban fighting, especially against an insurgency, group like this in Gaza, would lead to high casualties, civilian casualties. We know that that's what happens. Apparently there's about 400,000 displaced Palestinians at the moment, and they're saying that would increase. So, and obviously Biden is trying to give a welfare package to Gaza for the Palestinians. We're funding both sides. That's the type of stuff that we do. Last night I did a video talking about CAG, or Combat Applications Group. People know it as Delta Force on the street. And they're actually, I thought it was odd that they were shaking Joe Biden's hands. I wouldn't. Maybe they're trying to get general or something. I don't know, colonel. But they're actually operating. I didn't know this, but as his personal security detail. Here's a photo of them working as Joe Biden's personal security detail. So even our tier 1 assets have been in need of Joe Biden. I guess can't trust anyone. But so let's talk about the main thing the video is about tonight. And I got a photo I'm going to show you now. This is the thing. I got this from my intel guys, still on the inside, and they leaked this to me. Now this is a breakdown by various geographical regions of an invasion and what it would actually look like. And now this is a very technical map, and I want you to remember this is classified stuff. I don't want you taking any pictures. Please don't show anyone. This is just for us right now. Okay. So here we go. Why you shouldn't invade America. So you have, gangs. California, you got gangs, you got Navy SEALs down there. And this part wouldn't be that tough over there in California. Long range Mormons, you got machine gun collectors, you got cartels down there, the border cowboys, you got Joe Exotic out there, impossible corn maze of armed farmers. You have backcountry hunters up north, militia types, gangs, more gangs. Down south, you got your rednecks, swamp hunters, contractors, Florida men, more gangs up north, and then people who wear shorts in the winter, right? So that's funny. I'm joking, but it's somewhat serious. It's somewhat serious. Now, do I believe there'd be a full-scale invasion? A lot of people have been asking me this over the past week because of obviously the current events. The world is exploding, and do I seriously believe there'd be a full-scale invasion within the U.S.? And the thing is, they would have to make it past our Air Force first. Okay. I mean, we have the best Air Force in the entire world. After that, we have the Naval Air Fleet, the second best Air Force in the world. Then we have the Navy, largest Navy in the world. We have missile systems. And to bring a large group of troops, right, you would have to move them by ship, maybe some cargo planes. These things would get shot down before they got here. You know what I mean? They wouldn't make it. They'd have to have sustainment gear. They'd have to have, equipment, and all that stuff would get blown up. So now on the other hand, could they have sent, 100,000 operators through the southern border. Yes. Yes. Let me show you this video clip real quick. This is actually from 6 months ago. And just we'll listen to it for a moment, then we'll come back.
Border coverage, agents seeing a significant increase in migrants that have made the difficult and costly journey here to the U.S. all the way from China. Correspondent Jorge Ventura is live in El Dago, Texas. So Jorge, what are we learning?
Hey, Nicole, I'm in the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas, and in this sector alone, Border Patrol right now is apprehending Chinese nationals at record numbers. Now, compared to last year, they're already seeing a 900% spike in Chinese national apprehensions. The reason why that's so significant is because Chinese nationals are a valuable commodity to the cartels. They're willing to pay up to $35,000 to be smuggled into the U.S., and it's creating a unique challenge for U.S. Border Patrol.
All right, so you heard that. And they're paying the cartel to do it. The cartel has coyotes that move people at the border. It's significantly less for Mexican nationals. It's like $5,000 to $8,000. But for a Chinese national, they're going to charge much more. And obviously, if the Chinese government is paying for this, it's actually a wash. So what you may see is asymmetrical warfare. Now, this could be partnered with hacking our infrastructure, which would cause a lot of different things, and we're going to list those. But leading to internal fighting amongst Americans, a biological threat, a virus, perhaps, maybe an EMP disruption to cause infighting again because America's so divided, and that's by design too. Things like TikTok, social media. The Chinese government has been playing these PSYOP games for years on social media. I've told you before many times that they pay influencers thousands of dollars just to post things, and it seems like on the surface like nothing, but what it is politically divisive stuff. And so they have divided America. They play on things like George Floyd, fentanyl Floyd. They do these things. And America's divided. They're willing to snap at each other's necks. You have George Soros sending Ryder trucks full of bricks, glass bottles. You see Antifa-looking guys handing out money on the street to go burn things down, Molotov cocktails on Ryder trucks. So all these things have been happening. And you have to think, like, this isn't an accident, guys. This isn't like just something that's happening. I promise you, this is all by design. This is a game plan. Someone strategized this. So meanwhile, you had the U.S. economy crashing, right? You wouldn't even need a full-scale invasion to defeat America or any superpower, in my opinion, especially if you stretch the U.S. military like what's happening now. Israel, Ukraine, throw Taiwan in there, throw Iran in there, right? You have the U.S. military spread out, then they can't even protect within. Now, then you move on. I worry more about a collapse caused by a foreign government to destroy America from within. That's what I would really worry about. And simultaneously using guerrilla forces to attack high-profile targets to cause fear and panic within American people, right? At the same time, you have the military outstretched, might have martial law, riots break out. You have people starving. You have divided Americans. People can't eat. They're already to that point almost anyway. People can't afford to eat. So now infrastructure collapses. Food production plants aren't working. Hospitals aren't working. You can't get medications that you need to survive. You don't even need a nuclear weapon. You don't need troops on the ground, right? Remember, too, that there's like 400 million guns the last time I checked. It could be more now. But you also have veterans with training and combat experience. You have gun enthusiasts who train. You have hunters, you have patriotic Americans who are gun enthusiasts. So you have a lot of people that would be willing to annihilate a foreign government if it tried to do a Red Dawn situation. So do I believe that would happen? No. But what I do think is the high probability is we get thrust into a world war. We're stretched out across the globe. Our economy collapses. We get attacks on infrastructure, whether it's viruses, whether it's EMPs, whether it's biological viruses. But I think that would be enough to cause enough disruption and already the division that's been happening since 2016, thanks to CNN, thanks to social media, Mark Zuckerberg's and these sort of people, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguards, Rothschilds, Bilderberger. Am I missing anybody? George Soros, all these folks that have been actively trying to destroy the U.S. And then you just sprinkle all this other stuff in there with asymmetrical warfare with the military-age males that cross the border in droves, the southern border that Joe Biden opened up. And maybe by design, maybe by getting paid by the Chinese government, $30 million he got from the Chinese government. I don't know. A lot of questions to ask, a lot of questions to be answered. But I think that, do I think Americans could handle their own? Absolutely. I think you could handle your own. I think you're prepared to handle your own. And like me, like you, we all know that we have to be our own hero. And I think the world knows that. I think most of the world knows that people like you and I exist. China knows that people like you and I exist. And so it would be unlikely for a full-scale invasion unless we were completely crippled. And, you know, who's to say that would ever happen? I think we're headed down that road, though. There's definitely too much going on than it to just be accidental. And you could say it. You could say it. And if you're one of those guys who are saying that, I just say, man, just go turn on Home and Garden TV, watch Dancing with the Stars, go grab you a soy latte. And yeah, this channel ain't for you. Because the thing is, you can bury your head in the sand and pretend like the stuff's not going on. It's not going to change. It's not going to stop it. And when your wife and kids look at you and wonder why you didn't do anything because you were too fearful to get prepared, then you got to answer that hard question to them because they look to you as a leader. So, like I said, guys, I've been asked that question a ton this week. I wanted to give you the answer. I hope it's a good one. Hope it's a good answer. I thought about it a lot over the past week. And we've been invaded, guys. I mean, it's just no question. There's people here. And it's odd, like when you see a disastrous situation, right? Like let's say I'm on a boat and it's sinking. Women and children get on the boat. And if any dudes is trying to get on that boat and cutting off women and children, I'm fighting them. Like me and you're going to drown this boat, guy. They're getting off. So to see a ton, hundreds, thousands of Chinese military-age males crossing this border, and hardly, very few women, no children are there, highly suspect. Anyhow, guys, get prepared. Make sure you go hit. There's some links in the description. Gas masks. There's antibiotics. These sort of things. I don't put them in the description because my health. I put them there because these are things I think you need. And you could say, oh, you're shilling. Well, if I wanted to show a guy, I would put things like whenever the video game companies ask me to promote them, or whenever the guys selling so fast. I don't do it though. I only promote things that you need. So go check out the description. Grab those things if you get prepared. Make sure you're ready. Let your family know the realities of it. And guys, remember, always stay falsy, stay strapped, stay dangerous. Take care.